things stayed exactly the same? Is that gnawing feeling in your stomach still the same? Right? Has your relationship gotten worse because of it? Has your health deteriorated more because of it? Now step forward 10 years. How are things now? And then finally step forward 20 years from now. So my 52-year-old self is now my 72-year-old self, and I'm looking at myself. And I'm going, and I'm looking in the bathroom mirror, and I'm going, what happened to you? You look terrible. You look old. You look tired. Maybe he was right. Maybe you weren't smart enough. Maybe you weren't good enough. And I ended up living a life, right? I just kind of existed. So that's what we have to do, is we have to figure out what is the belief we want to change, and then we have to go back and we got to think about what that pain is going to cost us over the years. Isn't that exactly what those ghosts did with Scrooge? That's what we have to be able to do to ourselves. So now what we need to do is we need to come back and we need to recognize that none of this has happened yet. None of this has happened yet. This is exactly what happened with Scrooge. Once he got back and he woke up, it was Christmas morning, and all of a sudden he was excited. He was a changed person. He says, it's not too late, it's not too late. I can change, I can do something different. And what did he do? He changed his state. He smiled, right? It was kind of like the story, like how the Grinch stole Christmas. That's probably where they got that story from, right? Where the heart grew 2 sizes too big, and they went back to Whoville and gave all the presents back, right? That's what we're looking to do. So there is a lesson right there. You need to change your physiology. You need to change your state. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to stand up for me right now, because once you know that you need to make a change and you want to do something about it, you need to anchor it in by changing your physiology. Now, how many of you guys are familiar with Grey's Anatomy? Grey's Anatomy? Grey's Anatomy fans? Okay. So there's actually this scene in Grey's Anatomy where Dr. Shepard, who's the surgeon in the back, right? Dr. Shepard plays a world-class brain surgeon. And in this episode, she's getting ready for the surgery. So she's standing in the scrub room, and she's scrubbing her arms, she's scrubbing her hands, and when she's done, she's got 2 fists on her hip. She's got her chest out, her shoulders back, and she's looking up into the sky. Do that for me right now. 2 hands on your head, chest out, shoulders back. You're looking up into the sky. You are a badass right now. You are a superhero, right? Seriously, you are a Superman, you are a Wonder Woman, whoever your favorite superhero is. Like, literally, nothing can stop you. Seriously, nothing can stop you. Can you imagine being Superman or being Wonder Woman? Who's going to stop you? Right? You're like super realtor person right now. And you're feeling this and you're trying to anchor this thing in. So what happens is, it's just that the nurse walks in. The nurse walks in. She says, Dr. Shepard, what are you doing? She says, I'm preparing for surgery, so I'm standing in my power pose. Right? And she said, well, why are you doing that? So she points through the glass at the patient that's laying on the table, and she says, do you see the patient in there? She says, yeah. She says, that patient has a brain tumor that's in such a difficult location in the brain that no other surgeon in the entire country will even touch it, because they all believe that it's inoperable. But I believe that I can get in there and I can successfully remove it. But here's the thing, before I walk in there, I need to be 100% confident. I need to be 100% convinced that I can remove that, because this person literally has their life in my hands. And this is what I'm saying to you right now. You have your own life in your hands right now. So you have to be 100% confident. You have to be 100% convinced. And you have to build some new empowered beliefs that are going to help you live the kind of life you want and you deserve. Yes? Yes. Say yes? Yes. Okay, so now what we do is we decide on who it is that we want to be. Now, luckily, I had some great role models. Once I was introduced to my martial arts instructor, I idolized him. I was like, man, I want to be just like him, because he would get up in front of the room and he would just command the room. And every word that came out of his mouth, I took it in, right? And he was literally just pouring into me. Or at least that's how I thought about it. I didn't care about anybody else in the room. He was talking to me. And I was taking this stuff in, and martial arts became that vehicle for me. And then, of course, he introduced Tony Robbins and all this stuff. So now I'm pouring in these new empowered beliefs that I want to be able to change my life. So now what we need to do is, once you know what the new empowered belief is that you want in your life, now you need to step into the future with that. So now we step into the future 5 years. Now we step into the future 10 years. And now we step into the future 20 years. So now my 52-year-old self looks at my 72-year-old self, and I look in the mirror and I go, hey, you were good looking still, right? I kept myself in shape, right? I did this exercise, I got involved in martial arts, and I kept doing it my entire life, right? I can still do 100 push-ups just like that. I know 20-year-olds that can't do that. I'm still here doing it. And maybe it's because of those green celery and lemony smoothie things that I've been drinking, right? I changed my health habits a little bit. I brought my lab results got a little bit better after I started doing those things. And you know what? Our relationship is amazing. My wife actually still loves me. By the way, guys, I'm going to be married 28 years, 10 days from now. March 25th is my anniversary. She should have killed me at least 28,000 times, right? Guys, I'm going off track here a little bit. If I take a personality profile test, guys, I'm a 99.9 percentile D personality. I'm a driver. I get things. That's just who I am, right? That's who I am as a person. And the thing is I come out and I do these talks every single day. And I give it my all to talk to people that I don't even know yet. Because my job is to educate, motivate, and inspire you to live your very best life. But here's the thing, by the end of the day, if you met me at 6 o'clock at night, you'd swear I was an introvert. I don't want to talk to anybody. But guess what? That's exactly when she wants to have a conversation with me. Right? Right? So tell me this, right? What if I had the belief that what I did was important and what she did? And I got to the end of the day, and I said to her, can't you see I've been working all day? Can't you just let me be for a bit? How would that go? Not good, right? I'd be dead, right? Now here's the thing. I'm married to an Italian lady. So if I get in trouble, I'm not in trouble just today. I'm not in trouble tomorrow. I'm in trouble for the rest of my life. Matter of fact, I'm in trouble for stuff I haven't even done yet. It's coming, right? But here's the thing. When you take on different beliefs, right? And one of the beliefs that I started to link up, because I didn't have it when I was a kid, I said, you know what? A relationship is so important to me because if my relationship at home isn't good, my work isn't going to be good either. I'm not going to be productive if things at home are bad. So one of the beliefs that I started to believe in was this. I said, I need to remember to keep her first place in my life. I need to remember to do the little things when we first started dating. Because if I do that, if I put some attention there and I put some energy there, right? Where attention goes, energy flows, and results always show. So that is a takeaway. I want you to remember that for any area of your life, whether it's your work, where attention goes, energy flows, and results always show. Where attention goes, energy flows, and results always show. If you want to do better in your business, put some attention on the thing that you know you need to put some attention on. Because if you put your attention there, you put some energy there, you're going to start to get the result that you want. You can't ignore it. If you want your relationship to get better, put some attention there, put some energy there. I promise you, it'll start to get better. If you want to get your health better, put some attention there, put some energy there. It's such a simple thing. We see quotes like this on social media all the time. We see them all the time. But it's not about hearing it or seeing it, it's about executing it and internalizing it and thinking about what that message really means. Okay? So basically what you're going to do is at the end, you got to look at both destinies. Life is going to continue, right? Time is going to continue. It waits for no one. So you have to look at your limiting belief patterns and habits and decide if you want to choose to continue to do those, or do you want to step up and embrace those new empowered beliefs. Now here's the thing, write this down or take a screenshot of this. You will never out-earn, you will never outsell, and you will never outperform the belief system that you have about yourself. If you've created a self-imposed lid for yourself, I don't care what goals you set. I don't care how many time management courses you take. I don't care how many seminars you go to. It ain't gonna happen until you change the belief system about yourself that says that you can. Now this is a picture of Roger Bannister. This is the guy who broke the 4-minute mile, right? First person to break the 4-minute mile. And the reason this is relevant is because back in those days, right, people didn't even believe that the human body was even capable of running that fast mechanically, unable to do it. But after Roger did it, what happened? Other people started doing it because they had a new belief. They had a new belief that it could be done. So remember that. You will never out-earn, you will never outsell, and you will never outperform the belief system you have about yourself.